Well, the president now settling on McMaster, of course, as his national security advisor. Why the lieutenant general, and why not some of the other names that popped up, including David Petraeus? We heard talk about Vice Admiral Robert Harwood, who might have been offered the position but wanted more control. You never know what the truth is on these things. But following up on this, former Massachusetts Republican Senator Scott Brown. If it's true, Senator, that key to this, at least in a couple of other cases, was that they have their own team around them, that obviously belies that maybe the president had another thing in mind. We don't know, but what do you make of this choice?
Well, first of all, H.R. McMaster is an intelligent, thoughtful warrior, Neil, who has a lifetime of incredible work, not only serving our country, but representing our country militarily. So it's a great choice. And the fact that the president wants some of his team within that team, listen, he's the president. He can do whatever he wants, and it's up to the others to conform, not the other way around. So I'm excited about the choice. He's somebody who's going to buck the system and question some of the decisions, and I think that's appropriate to have somebody always questioning, sir, why are we doing this, why are we doing that, we could do this better, and that's what he's known for, and that's a good thing.
Do you think this whole Michael Flynn distraction, whatever you want to call it, goes away then? I mean, as you know, there have been a lot of people who have been saying, hey, bring on the real agenda, the tax cuts, the regulatory relief. That's what we want to see. That's what the markets have been on tenterhooks for. They'll close today for President's Day. They've been rising mightily, as you know, Scott, on the belief that that's going to happen. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, the fact that we have General Flynn in there and not in there anymore, I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing to kind of show the administration what can happen if you don't cross the T's and dot the I's. And the fact that you're getting H.R. McMaster in there is even, I think, a better choice, quite frankly. Somebody who's not part of the Trump team per se and can really speak frankly and independently. And we spoke about almost 2 weeks ago, Neil, that the president doesn't have his team in place, still doesn't have his team in place. And until that happens, I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass in terms of moving forward with that agenda. I think it's remarkable what he's actually done with the tools that he's been given. The fact I know for a fact that they're working on Obamacare, obviously repeal, replace, I don't care what word they use, they just got to fix it. And then when it comes to the tax breaks, those are happening. And whether you're going to get a combination approach or you're going to get some pay-fors and some not, it's going to happen, but the president needs a little bit of time to get his team in place to move those issues and agendas forward.
So it might be a delay, but it wouldn't be a stop.
Well, when you say delay, Neil, are we at a month yet? That's not a delay in my book.
No, you raise a good point.
I'm sorry.
I guess the reason why I mentioned it with Scott is that some people pounced on this to say, well, we admire what Republicans are trying to do with repeal and replace Obamacare. We think it's a worthy goal, but a Herculean task, and it might get their eye off the ball or delay on this tax cut stuff. You say what to that?
I say that they need to get work a little longer than leaving at Thursday at 2 o'clock and coming back Monday night, and work through the weekend to get the people's business done, because they were sent down there to do our job. The president's working 24/7 like no one I've ever seen before, and Congress needs to follow. That being said, it hasn't even been a month, has it? I mean, maybe a month and a day or two. Give the guy 2 months and a full team. How about that? And then start criticizing. But I know for a fact, and Neil, you know too, because we speak to Steve Moore regularly, they're working on all these proposals, and to unwind a mess like Obamacare, and I know that the Obamacare better than anybody, to unwind that and screw it up again will even be worse. So they're going to take the time, do it right, and make sure that they can move forward with a plan that deals with catastrophic coverage, covers your kids to 26, deals with the pre-existing cares, eliminates that low work week, allows for all the things that everyone's complaining about that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and everybody know need to be fixed, but they won't fix it. When I was there, Neil, we had hundreds and hundreds of amendments to fix these things, then they did nothing. Okay, so they have an opportunity to fix it and put the American people first.
All right. Scott Brown, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much. Former Massachusetts
Senator.
Neil.
Thank you.
Scott Brown.